Hello everyone, Steve here from Tech Toy Tinker and Retro Arena. Wanted to show you guys an update on the Trimui Smart Pro or Trimui Smart Pro. There's been, numerous changes. First one is that swap music here. I discovered where the background music was contained. It's a file in the internal storage named bgm.mp3, all lowercase. So what I did was I wrote a script so that you can put your own file named bgm.mp3 for your own background music on the root of the SD card, so not inside any folder. And you run this script and then it'll replace it with your own music. This here, you'll notice how it says Tech Toy Tinker at the top of mine. I left that also at the root of the SD card. It's called nav-logo.png. You can replace it with your own, so you can put your own name up here or something. You put whatever you want into that PNG file in terms of the text for here, and then you run swap logo and it'll replace it with your own custom text and it'll reboot the device, and then you'll see that. And you run this if you want to put the stock Trimui thing back there. Another thing here too is you can turn background music on and off. The script was already there. I think Shanaman did the original one, but it was targeted at a different file. Not the generic bgm.mp3, it was a specific named mp3, so I fixed it. It's a great game, by the way. Post in the comments if you know what game this is from. Commander is not yet working, but it will be. 2048, I don't know why it's here. It doesn't need to be. It's a standalone port, I guess. It's libretro, but it's self-booting from the core. There's no files required. I've asked them to put in a ports category, so it goes game, ports, apps, or whatever. Anybody who's on 1.3 will already know what this does. I don't really need to explain this. I do have some news on 1.4. It is in testing phase now. It's been built and people are playing with it internally and making sure everything works. 1.4 will introduce Vulkan. In other news, we got all the icons done, and I've started doing work on background theming, which is mostly done as well. So I'll kind of go through and I'll show you guys all the systems and talk about a couple of things here as we do. Also, let me know what you guys think of this theme here. It doesn't actually have a name, I just kind of threw it together. Final Burn needs a new logo. As I go through these here, you'll kind of get the general feel that I'm going for, I think. In my opinion, it looks quite nice. I made it because I like it. I need to replace this one as well. I want more of a console feel like so here. I'd also like to replace Atmoswave with something that looks more like Cannonball, which you will see when we get there. See, that would look nicer. Right now there's about 95 systems and ports. There's definitely a few more things I do plan to add, like TI-83, Mini VMAC, a few other odds and ends here. For Dinosaur and Doom and things like that, it's going to be hard for me to get pictures that match stuff like this because they're games, they're not consoles. For Neo Geo, I moved, if you want to use Final Burn or MAME ROM sets for Neo Geo, use the Arcade Final Burn Neo folder. Oh, I gotta change the Mega Drive one too. That was a placeholder. Anyways, like I was saying, for Neo Geo, the actual Neo Geo listing is now using the Geolith core, which means you need the Neo SD or MIST FPGA format of games, so .neo. The point in that is one game one file. You don't have to mess with zips or updating sets or worry about anything of that nature. You just get your games, or you can even convert them or dump them yourselves to Neo format. Apparently I need to turn Neo Geo up a bit. I think it's running at like 1.2. It should be 1.6. Just a scripting error on my part there. Even 1.4 might do it because it's barely lagged there. Kind of crackled a bit in the intro. Huh, I didn't try very hard there, did I? Try to show you guys the menu here. Wrong button. Maybe it's just the BIOS that's doing that. Let's find out. Just load a different game and see what happens. One thing about Geolith is when you have multiple BIOSes, it'll pick the one that goes best with the game, whether it's AES, MVS, region. Yeah, no, in-game it runs fine. It's just doing a momentary lag during the BIOS, which tells me I just need to turn the CPU up a little bit, because it's... I mean, it's not underclocked, but it's not anywhere near as high as it can be. Neo Geo's not that hard to run, so it never occurred to me to give it some extra juice. Yes, that said Pico and Chill. There's a few backgrounds here I gotta change as I find something better. But the bulk of it is done. Alright, so that's where we're at so far. There's obviously more stuff I want to do, but this build has been sent out to testers already, just so I can get feedback and whatnot. And then there's a few more things I want to throw in. I'm trying to hold off release until 1.4 firmware is out, just because we're going to have to redo RetroArch and PSP and whatever for Vulkan. And I'd rather just do everything at once instead of release this and then in a couple or a few weeks I have to do it again anyway. But anyways, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.